Okay, guys, now welcome to another more game man. So it's second part to the three-ல. So இது வந்துட்டு மெஷின் டெத் in the family. So நம்ம அதோட போவோம். Okay, let's look at the game. எப்படி இருக்க போகுதுன்னு பார்ப்போம்.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlisle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlisle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlisle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlisle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Okay, let's get into the game. Sorry guys. தண்ணி குடிச்சேன் ரைட். ஓகே, வாவ், செமையாக இருக்கு.
Phineas Whitman, private investor. I have an appointment with Madame Carlisle. Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlisle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlisle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlisle.
So place எடுத்தா we can target கிட்ட ஈஸியாக போயிடலாம் நினைக்கிறேன். ஓ shit. We need something to just
Around here. Come on.
Okay. வாடா ராசா வாடா.
You are the man.
போடா ஈஸ்டா போடா. உனக்காக நான் இருக்கேன். வாடி உள்ளவாடி. Hey. Solid. Board. Okay. Report to the staff member. Okay. Staff member to report பண்ணுவோம்.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here.
Hi.
Can I take you to Madame Carlisle?
License, please.
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me.
Okay.
I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary.
Okay.
And all this security. I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlisle inside. Oh, I could just cry.
Hey, how you doing?
Sorry, I just need to do a quick search if you want to get through. Just routine.
Risking not a little. Oh. Okay. இப்படி போலாம் போலியே. மேலே இருக்கா அப்படியா?
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby of the Butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
முன்னாடி போடா அதோட ஃபாலோ பண்ண முடியும் கண்ணாடி செமையா இருக்குல்ல ஓகே
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that the staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, the case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you finish your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Okay. So, camera use பண்ணுங்க.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Oh. So, scan பண்ணி தான் கண்டுபிடிக்கணுமோ அழகே பண்ணுவோம் கேமராலே வச்சுக்கோ investigation.
Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
Suicide letter. Okay. Investigate.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Wow.
A photocopy of the floor plans. But he's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish the time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case. And I will take you to
Day.
This is very useful information, 47.
Okay. Folders, okay.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky...
Mission. Okay. Remember.
Butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Give us some prints. Okay. She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mum. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding system. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by...
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Camera, please. Scan whenever. Went for a show, you must lost it.
What? My lost button. One you couldn't find at the graveyard. Now?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitman, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Academy. First, okay. Poison. Missing poison.
Rebecca Carlyle.
Rebecca Carlyle. Once again. Rebecca room. Oh, okay. Rebecca
Can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I.
So
It takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoyed his Edward's discomfort every day. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room. And went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists.
One second. Okay.
Changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask? And that's her sitting upstairs. Why do you think he's here?
I think the little bit of mother painted kind of people. Can't remember ever having family events without one tucked away.
I think
Imagine the scandal if the firstborn son didn't pick up the torch. That would never happen.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
அவனார क्वेश्चन பண்ணுவா டேய் எல்லாத்துக்கிட்டயும் ஒரே क्वेश्चन கேக்குறான் ஓகே ஆபீஸ் ரூம்ஸ் எல்லாம் சர்ச் பண்ணுவோமா பில்டிங்ல இருக்கு ஓகே
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
You're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I had prisoners at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary and my obnoxious sister, the wife sporting another one of her headaches, would have been fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle. But who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
இதோட 4 numbers பார்த்தாச்சு.
I could listen all day. He pours emotion into that instrument.
You and me both.
என்னடா இது வாடா வாடா வாடா
That's a little too close.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes.
என்ன பேர் இருக்கானே முடிச்சாச்சு இவன் இன்னும் முடிச்சாச்சு ஓகே
This was with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it. I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting. To provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all,
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by his mother's supposed death. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca, they had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, the mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
I mean, apart from the fact we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking. Zachary found dead in his bed this morning, or perhaps the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy. My mother was surely of strong opinion on it.
ஓகே முடிச்சிட்டான் அடுத்தது நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும் சஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ் இந்த ரூம் முடிச்சாச்சு இந்த ரூம் எம்மா ரெண்டு ரூம் இருக்கு ரெபேக்கா ரூமு ஓகே
Did Alice tell you what Emma did when she arrived?
Tell me.
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she prefers it. It's so unfair. She just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell her, and do you know what she said? Things will change around here. I can promise you that.
And her son Patrick is just as bad.
Chemical poison.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Hey.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
He's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
So 41 guests for the 10 students. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time.
Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Break open cover your missing accelerator to okay. There must be a way. Okay.
Why else ask him to snoop around? He's weakening my knees from all the tension here.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
Kitchen area. Okay, guys. Kitchen area. Over. Wow. Super. Okay.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery
So
46 years
we
ago.
got the clues.
And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47. The handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room. proving he didn't write it himself.
Painkillers.
Mr. Fernsby
Lethal,
clearly
if you
didn't
use enough
commit
of
the
them.
murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. But not the poison used to kill Zachary.
The poison வந்துட்டு Zachary
Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
Okay.
Can I do anything for you?
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
என்னடா wow
Hey, how are you?
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitman. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
Fine, okay, case file.
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the constant.
So we are going to get the file.
I expected you'd show up.
Why?
But
you're not
here
China
to
kill.
If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it.
Okay. One, two, three.
The file you want is in the safe.
4.
Good hunting.
Only
I need some privacy. Thank you.
Okay.
Good work.
Case file order. Okay. கிடைச்சிருச்சு. The bedroom stream room location middle. என்ன அவங்க அங்க போயிடுமா இதெல்லாம்? Mansion master के देखी which unlocks every door in Throne Bridge. Okay.
Look, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carla.
Okay.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Okay. Hero கூட தெரியாம போனாங்க. Okay. எனக்கு லைட்டா பதில் அங்க கூட மேல இருந்து புதுசா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்ட்ல இதுல வீட்டை விட்டே வெளியே போகணும். ரைட்டு. ஓகே ஓகே ரிலாக்ஸ். காட்டிக்காத, நீதான் காட்டிக்காத. நம்ம யாருன்னு தெரியக்கூடாது. Searching out there. Okay, 180 meters. Whatever. Okay. Calm. Relax, chill. Chill up. Okay. Super. Turn security off. Wow, fuck. Okay. 109 meters. Straight up on விடுவானுங்களா? Okay.
They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Finally we did this, guys. So that's the machine. You're holding the thing. Super.
47. Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't. Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
So the story ends here. Okay guys, next third partல சந்திப்போம். டாடா, பை மக்களே, பை பை, லவ் யூ ஆல். மறக்காம சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிருங்க. நானும் ஒரு கேமர்.